Well, good evening. Welcome back to the Flying Doghouse. We are going to finish the weekend and start the week with leg number 7 of our cross-country flight series in the Cessna 414. And we're using say intentions. And we're going to get rolling here in just a minute. And as always, heavy chatter when I start AI. Right over the top of my voiceover. But that's okay. So we're sitting on the ramp here in Wilmington. We're going to get going here in just a minute. I have not done any of the pre-flight. This is a short trip from Wilmington over to New Bern. I thought we would keep this one short. And then for our next leg, we'll make our way over from New Bern up the Outer Banks. And we'll probably stop at first flight. So anyway, just kind of thinking out loud here in terms of next steps. Let's go ahead and jump into the sim. That we're not staring at a thumbnail screen again. Right, so you go ahead and get the com to-dos to done.
-0 feet. Broken at 2100 feet. Solid overcast at 2700 feet. Temperature 21. Dew point 21. Altimeter 3007. Density altitude 600 feet. Advise on initial contact. You have information hotel.
Okay, so we're just listening to our ATIS.
Wilmington International Airport. Information
and our
hotel.
Altimeter is correctly set.
0117 Zulu.
We have information hotel for our chat here with ground. I'll go ahead and get that out of the way. Wilmington ground, good morning. November 123 Alpha Zulu type Cessna 414 with information hotel. Request flight following to New Bern. And we'll take care of the read back, all that other fun stuff.
Cessna 3 Alpha Zulu, on departure maintain VFR at or below 1500. Departure on 118.25, squawk 4253, expect runway 23.
Maintain VFR at or below 1500 feet on departure. Departure frequency 118.25, squawking 4253, and we'll be expecting runway 23, 123 Alpha Zulu. All right, so let's go ahead and get our squawk code dialed up. And there we go. Or we could put it in correctly, put it in 4253 as. All right, so looks like we got that squared. Altimeter cross check at 3007. I think we're going to be good. Get ready here for our taxi request. So rendering here at Wilmington is it's stock scenery fare here. Make our way. Of course, I guess we could get our taxi clearance before we start moving on the ground. That might be helpful. Let's try that again. Wilmington ground, November 123 Alpha Zulu, ready to taxi. Might help. Here's a number to call.
Cessna 3 Alpha Zulu, runway 35 taxi via Alpha cross runway 6, then Alpha.
Runway 35, taxi via Alpha cross runway 6, then Alpha, 123 Alpha Zulu. All right, so double check my my chart here. Sure that we're not wandering around through the universe. Okay, so runway 35. And we've got a bit of a taxi, but that's okay. All right, back on brake. And we'll make our way. So did a group flight today in Flightsim 2020, having all sorts of issues. Oddly enough, with controllers, even after restarting the sim. And no change to my config, although there was an update pushed for 2020, so I'm not necessarily going to blame it, but I'm not necessarily not going to blame it. There were a few of us who were having some issues with 2020 today.
Clear of runway 24, would like taxi departure.
Vision Jet 74 Delta Juliet Wilmington, ground taxi to parking at your discretion. Good day.
I pumped the volume up slightly on Say Intentions. And you are going to have variations in terms of volume because of other people's hardware and their volume settings. So, anyway. Make our taxi here. I have not been in and out of this airport in the real world. I'm going to be on the hunt for some add-in scenery, I think. See if there's anything out on Flightsim.to to start with. And if not, maybe this will be a good candidate for Two Dogs Designs to take on. Do some digital dusting and vacuuming, I guess. At any rate, this one might be a good project, I'm thinking. Let's see. All right, we are continuing our taxi. And once we get to the hold short line, we will contact tower. Yeah, the airport terminal here at Wilmington is definitely glitched. Notice you got skyways, but no buildings. That might be a problem. All right, we're almost down to runway 06. Let's take a peek just to make sure. I think we're good. And given the instructions that we got, I am operate as if this is at our discretion. Continue our taxi here.
Wilmington Ground, Kodiak, November 965 Papa Tango, was at the ramp with uniform. Request VFR departure to Norfolk International, 5,500 with flight following VFR. Maintain VFR at or below 5,500, departure 135.75, squawk 13235 Papa Tango.
Kodiak 5 Papa Tango, read back correct.
Wilmington Ground, Kodiak 5 Papa Tango, ready to taxi VFR departure.
Okay, so we're coming up on our hold short line here. Do, 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 do. I think by the end of the week, we will be at our final destination here in the Carolinas. We'll cross over into Virginia. We will make our way northbound. Probably going to go up the Chesapeake. Take a route similar to what I flew yesterday in the
Tango, is that the FBO?
730.
Pop over request VFR departure to the west, 6,500 with flight following.
Kodiak 5 Papa Tango. Before you can fly.
Wilmington Tower, November 123 Alpha Zulu is holding short. Runway 35, ready for departure.
Cessna 123 Alpha Zulu, Washington Center. Contact the airport frequency for departure clearance.
And I clicked on the wrong deal. So it's the same frequency. Interesting. Try this again. See if this is a glitch. Yeah, Wilmington Tower, November 123 Alpha Zulu, holding short runway 35, ready for departure.
Cessna 3 Alpha Zulu, contact Wilmington Tower for departure clearance.
Ooh, I think we have a glitch. And Washington Center, November 123 Alpha Zulu. Frequency we have is 124.025. Please advise. See if they walk us through this. We'll give it one more shot here. Wilmington Tower, November 123 Alpha Zulu, holding short runway 35, ready for departure.
Cessna 123 Alpha Zulu, Wilmington Tower, runway 35, wind 020 at 11. Cleared for takeoff.
Winds 020 at 11, clear for takeoff 123 Alpha Zulu. And I wrote down the wrong frequency. Oh, there we go. We're just keeping it real here tonight. All right, we'll make our way onto the active here. And then we will be on our way. And pretty much standard VFR departure instructions are 1,500 feet or below.
Vision Jet 74 Delta contact departure.
Departure on 118.2. Wilmington Tower, Cessna 152, clear the active runway, ready to taxi to parking.
Cessna 152, taxi to parking at your discretion. Have a good day.
All right, let's start our takeoff roll here. All right, rotate. Gear coming up. Jump outside the bird. And our departure frequency is 118.25. Got that one right. Wilmington departure November 123 Alpha Zulu with you, 1,200 feet, departing Wilmington approximately 1 mile to the north of the airport, making our way VFR to New Bern.
Cessna 123 Alpha Zulu, Wilmington departure, radar contact.
Roger, 123 Alpha Zulu. And we'll get back down below our stated altitude here. I'm going to ask for altitude at our discretion. And I'm not going to do that until I'm down below my instructed altitude. How about that? How's that for full disclosure? There we go. And Wilmington departure November 123 Alpha Zulu, requesting altitude at our discretion.
Cessna 3 Alpha Zulu, maintain VFR at or below 1500 feet.
Okay. We'll make the request again here in a bit. Now we have a Eurocopter off our 12 o'clock. Love the screen name, Trash Panda. That's like raccoons. Might want to check the channel for a review. We did that on the EC-130 helicopter. And avoid traffic here from Trash Panda. Someone needs a number to call.
Cessna 3 Alpha Zulu, VFR altitudes.
Wilmington departure 123 Alpha Zulu. We are currently at 1,100 feet.
Cessna 3 Alpha Zulu, maintain VFR at or below 1500 feet.
Wilmington departure 123 Alpha Zulu. We are at or below 1,500 feet. 123 Alpha Zulu. All right, we'll make our way to the northeast here. Right now, I am definitely being a good VFR citizen. Currently at 1,000 feet altimeter. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. And we can jump outside the plane here. And we are making our way along just nicely. We are almost to the Topsail Beach. There are several restricted airspaces that we need to negotiate. I'll although it looks like we will be below the restrictions.
Approach career track 501 with request.
Career track 501, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I would like to do the RNAV runway 32 into Kilo November Juliet Mary, career track 501. Clear for the visual approach runway 5, headed KNJM, career track 501.
And some of the audio transmissions you hear, just the quality of the stuff is, going to be related to computer hardware, microphone, sound card, all sorts of fun things, but it really is nice to have the variety. All right, after checking the restricted airspaces, I am not going to make my way over and go up the coast because there is a restriction around Sneed's Ferry that we'll need to avoid, so I have turned more to the north. But we'll avoid that. That'll add a couple of minutes to our flight. We should be fine. And we'll make our way over to New Bern. And just for grins and giggles, I'm going to ask them again about altitude at our discretion. We'll see what they say. Wilmington departure November 123 Alpha Zulu requesting altitude at our discretion en route to New Bern.
Cessna 3 Alpha Zulu, maintain VFR at or below 1500 feet.
Okay, they're going to be persistent about this one today, so that's fine. The road that is off our 12 o'clock and also below us is U.S. Highway 17, which runs considerable length of distance up the East Coast here in the U.S. This is heavily forested area in North Carolina. Definitely some forestry land management that takes place here. Tree cutting for a variety of different purposes. And again, I am varying our course headings to stay clear of the restricted areas here. We're in good shape. So we're probably, I don't know, maybe 10 nautical miles from Surf City. And again, I planned a quick stream tonight, so this is a short flight. It'll be well under an hour.
Cessna 3 Alpha Zulu, contact Cherry Point departure on 119.35.
Contact Cherry Point departure on 119.35, November 123 Alpha Zulu. Good day. All right, so talk to Cherry Point. Cherry Point departure, good morning, November 123 Alpha Zulu is type Cessna 150, Cessna type 414. We are 5 nautical miles northeast of North Topsail Beach with final destination for New Bern.
Cessna 123 Alpha Zulu, Cherry Point departure. Good afternoon, Holly Ridge, altimeter 29901.
Altimeter 29901, 123 Alpha Zulu. All right, so we do have an altimeter change we need to make. Currently set at 3007. And that was 29901. At Cherry Point departure, November 123 Alpha Zulu, requesting altitude at our discretion on our approach to New Bern.
Cessna 3 Alpha Zulu, approved. Maintain VFR at your discretion.
We'll maintain VFR at our discretion, 123 Alpha Zulu. Good day. All right, so Cherry Point's not being cranky about the operating altitude.
Cessna 3 Alpha Zulu, maintain VFR at your discretion.
Maintain VFR at our discretion, 123 Alpha Zulu. Okay, we are almost to a place where we can make a turn back to the northeast. Almost clear of the restricted area that I have routed us around for today. I did my flight planning for this using a little nav map. If you haven't used that before, it's available for free. Try to remember to put a link in the description on the video. Definitely make use of this over on Virtual Flight Online.
Departure 9023 inbound to Kilo November Juliet Mike.
And I am still amazed that the
Nightmare 23, Sneed's Ferry, altimeter 29.901, E, winds calm.
There is so
Cessna
much.
3 Alpha Zulu, contact Wilmington departure on 135.75.
Yeah, there's so much functionality included with that bit of kit. It's just kind of mind-boggling. We'll contact Wilmington departure on 135.75, 123 Alpha Zulu, frequency change. Good day. Wilmington departure 123 Alpha Zulu is with you 1,500 feet. We are inbound to New Bern for our final destination. Good morning.
Cessna 123 Alpha Zulu, Wilmington departure, frequency change approved. Good day.
Okay, we are good now to make our turn to the east here. So at any rate, little nav map. We use it on our group flights.
565 is with IFR to Charlotte Douglas International.
I'm working on that clearance. Stand by.
And it's very, very useful for flight planning, and it's free. And we also use a bit of software developed by Jonathan Beckett. Use transmitter so we can see each other on group flights on a map. He's done some additional software development as well. We can conjunction with Virtual Flight Online, the virtual airline that we use. And we have our own Discord, and we have group flights that we host on the regular. Invite you to join us. Come along. And a group flight today in Tasmania. I think tomorrow's flight at 1900's UTC is a bullseye. So folks will be flying into Duxford in the UK, and then we'll be departing as a group from there. So join that group if you are able. Great group of people. All right. Turn here over toward
Washington Center, Diamond 124 Papa Tango, request descent to 3000.
City of New Bern.
4 Papa Tango, descend altitude 3,000 feet.
Descend to 3,000 feet, Diamond 4 Papa Tango.
And they have not done a handoff yet for us to contact the tower, although we are still a bit to the south, so cool my jets here. May more appropriately read my map. So I did purchase a payware version of Coastal Carolina, which is the airport at New Bern. It's one of my favorite places to fly in and out of. The area is quite scenic. Close proximity to Cherry Point and the Outer Banks, so those are double wins. And we had family who lived here in the New Bern area for a bit, so I'm familiar with the area in the real world too. All right, we'll jump outside the plane again. Closing in on Jacksonville. New River would be off of our 2 o'clock here. And the city of Jacksonville, North Carolina would be located here off of our 1 o'clock. Continue to make our way. Again, short flight tonight. We are continuing to use the intentions. And if you are joining the live stream or watching the replay, welcome. We are doing our East Coast
112, Washington Center. Good afternoon.
cross-country tour. They say intentions. And we are en route from Wilmington to New Bern on the North Carolina coast in the U.S. And we're using Flysimware's Cessna 414. We did fly a couple of legs this past week in the Coronado 172 that was just released. There's also a review of that aircraft available on the channel. Check that out. I've got a Sim News video update to share later in the week, this upcoming week. Probably midweek, I would think, for the release for that. And I also have another aircraft review in the bin ready to go. I can certainly say that Flightsim 2024 is definitely behaving a whole lot better than 2020 was earlier in the day for our group flight. That was just a hot mess. Quite a few of us were having issues with crash to desktop, and I was having controller problems. Seems to be behaving itself right now. Of course, I would probably just curse this video to a crash to desktop happening at any moment. At any rate, like the nasty weather that we were expecting here on the Carolina coast is going to turn out into the Atlantic, so for that we are grateful. Particularly since we are sitting on the 1-year anniversary of Hurricane
Cessna 3
Helene.
Alpha Zulu, contact Cherry Point departure on 119.35.
Contacting Cherry Point departure on 119.35, 123 Alpha Zulu. Cherry Point departure, November 123 Alpha Zulu. Type Cessna 414. We are inbound to New Bern, and we are approximately 1.5 miles north of Jacksonville.
Cessna 123 Alpha Zulu, Cherry Point departure. Good afternoon, Jacksonville, altimeter 29901.
Altimeter 29901, 123 Alpha Zulu. Okay, so that altimeter setting was the same as what we got just a few minutes ago with the last comm sequence. So no action needed. However, we will be good citizens and verify. Yep. And we are good at 29901. And winds aloft for me, I have winds 276 at 4. So we'll see which runway we get cleared for.
November 612 Sierra, Bravo, Cherry Point departure. Contact New River departure on 118.575.
Over to New River departure at 118.575. Skyhawk to Sierra Bravo.
Cherry Point departure, November 123 Alpha Zulu. Will be requesting clearance to land at Coastal Carolina Regional.
Cessna 3 Alpha Zulu, cleared for visual approach, runway 4 at Coastal Carolina Regional. Report established on final.
Cleared for visual approach, runway 4, Coastal Carolina Regional. We will report once we're established on finals. 123 Alpha Zulu. All right, so we've been cleared straight in for runway 4. If we wanted to shoot...
King Air 007. Turn left, heading 165.
You could certainly do
Turn
that.
left, heading 165, King Air 007.
We'll just continue with our visual. Again, the payway version of the airport here at Coastal Carolina is quite good, enjoyable. Fly in and out of this area on a frequent basis, I would recommend. Otherwise, maybe not. I think we've all purchased things or downloaded things from various communities, places that we have used once, and they continue to languish and sit on our hard drives, eating up storage. So, at any rate, it's one of my favorite places, one of my favorite regions to fly to. So for me, it makes sense. Oh, excuse me.
Cessna 3 Alpha Zulu, contact Coastal Carolina Tower on 124.25.
Contacting Coastal Carolina Tower on 124.25, 123 Alpha Zulu. Coastal Carolina Tower, November 123 Alpha Zulu. We are with you, 3,000 feet. We are on approach to Coastal Carolina for runway 4, requesting clearance to land.
Cessna 3 Alpha Zulu, enter left base for runway 4.
Left base runway 4, 123 Alpha Zulu. I'm going to do a 45-degree angle join here. I am lined up for a straight-in approach, but we'll play along. Coastal Carolina Tower, November 123 Alpha Zulu, requesting straight in approach from runway 4, please advise.
Cessna 3 Alpha Zulu, straight in approach approved for runway 4.
Sometimes if you don't ask, you don't get. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Straight in approach approved. One for runway 4, 123 Alpha Zulu. Good day. And we'll make our way over to the approach feathers here. Get our situation situated. Coastal Carolina Tower, November 123 Alpha Zulu, airfield in sight.
Cessna 3 Alpha Zulu, enter left base for runway 4, wind 010 at 7.
Coastal Carolina Tower, we were previously cleared for straight in approach, runway 4. Please advise, wind 0107. Get ourselves configured here. Here in flaps. Looks like we are just going to continue with our original set of instructions that we got here. Again, I mentioned this earlier. Say intentions isn't perfect, but it is a heck of a lot of fun.
Cessna 3 Alpha Zulu, wind 010 at 7, runway 4 cleared to land.
Cleared to land, 123 Alpha Zulu. A bit higher than I would have liked, but that's okay. We'll make this work. Do do do. Do 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 do. Get our RPM up here for final. We don't want any airspeed problems to ruin our day. We should be good to go here. Still a little bit high on the PAPI lights. Again, we'll make this work, get lined up. We're good. Okay, we are at our decision heights. We are good to land here. There we go. Welcome to New Bern. And New Bern ground, November 123 Alpha Zulu requesting taxi clearance to parking, general aviation.
Cessna 3 Alpha Zulu, taxi to Park Stand 32. Cross runway 4, then Bravo Hotel. Have a great day.
All right, I'm going to leave it here. Thanks for joining us on this leg of our cross-country tour here in the U.S., up the U.S. coast. Thanks for being along for the live stream or the replay. If you haven't already done so, please like and subscribe. We'd love to have you as a channel subscriber. And with that, I'm going to leave it here. I hope everybody is keeping well. And until next time, cheers, y'all.